Hello and welcome along to this new video. In this video I'm going to take you through what's on my shelves. Now I've using my, well, this is a kind of stand and it's like a kind of selfie stick to a certain extent. It means it can be a little bit more steady, and hopefully when I've shot the video, actually this is me doing this after the video, and it looks like it come out okay. Now when I put it into my editing software for this video, I might have to, hopefully I can get it into the frame because it usually comes out massive and you can only see a part of it. So I'm going to try and make it come down, which I'm sure I can do, fingers crossed. Now also I just wanted to remind everybody about my previous video, which I'll link down below, and it's about ask me any question. If you want to leave a comment on that video, what I'm trying to do, and please don't think I'm being ignorant or anything, I am not looking at any of the comments on that video. It's very hard not to look at anybody, any one of them, and I think so far I've got 16 comments on there. But what I'm going to do is, hopefully when I go to do and answer them in the next week, in about a week's time, I'm going to go back to that video, get it on my phone and read all the comments out. Now a good thing that I never mentioned on the previous video was, if you leave a comment, and I'm going to give you a shout out for leaving a comment, I'll say whose name it is. If you've got a channel that I watch, I will give you a shout out to the channel as well. So really there's going to be a lot of shout outs there for anybody who wants to comment on that. So feel free to comment, and just know at this point I will not answer anybody on that because I am not looking at the things. It's taking a lot of I'm really so tempted to look at it, but I thought, no, get thee behind me, Satan. I will just watch and hopefully get a surprise at all of them. I hope there's not too many strange ones on there, but I trust you guys. So anyway, I will hand you over to the next part, which is filmed on this, and hopefully it came out all right. You can see there's not too much glare on. The lighting here is not good again, but never mind. I think it's come out okay, and hopefully for yourself you'll see what I don't go through too much on here, but I think it takes about 20 minutes actually to get through that shelf, and then I'm going to move on to that shelf and that shelf, and then you'll see everything that I've got. You can freeze frame the video just to see, I'm not going through like this, I'm not doing this, or I'm trying to take my time with it. Actually it's been like a workout, actually in the shoulder workout, but I'm not complaining because I did want to do this, but I wanted to make sure it was some kind of visible thing rather than, I couldn't really pick this up and do that with it because it would just, I could imagine it just looking a bit crazy. Okay, so I'll pass you back over to myself about 10 minutes ago, and I'll see you later on the end here.
Okay, so here we are at the top of the shelves in the corner. Now I've showed this off in previous videos with my arrow stuff, but I'll try and take you through as slowly as I can if my arms will allow it, because I'm stood on a stool here with my phone in a sort of handheld device. Should have got a selfie stick. Anyway, so as you can see, the top of here is basically the big stuff's on here. So this one here is like the heaviest one, and then I go down. This is another one of my OCD things that I can't stand. If that one was in the middle, if that one was over here somewhere and it wasn't uniform, oh, there'd be hell to pay. Okay, so anyway, I'll take you through very slowly. That one there is probably the newest one I've got in my arrow, big box titles. Haven't looked at it yet. Flicked through it though, really nice. Some great titles up here. Some ones that I would not like to see ever leave my collection, even though some of them have been bettered along the line in places. I would imagine City of the Living Dead could be one of the next ones to come out in 4K. So this Thing is probably one of the next ones to come out in 4K, I would imagine. So along here I've got things that, this is opened, but I've kept the shrink wrap on. What I'm kind of doing at the moment is to do things like that. And you've got, it goes down to keep the shelves in uniform state. You've got the next lot are coming down as slipcase versions. Now at the end you'll notice as stage fright is there. Stage fright is there. Now that's there because if I take that one out, the stage fright out, the shelves are a little bit loose. I like to have them quite, tight in. So if that's just there for a marker, because at the moment if I got another box set of a description, it would probably take maybe a couple of the end ones out and then I can move them down a little bit. But anyway, I'm just sort of giving you a little bit of a heads up with that. So anyway, hopefully you can see what was on there. And hopefully not going to get too much glare on here, because I've got to put the light on to get some light into this place. So that's a bit better for my arms. I was stretching a little bit there. As you can see, I'm out of breath while doing that. It's ridiculous. Actually, I've just come in from the absolute freezing cold. So there you go. As well, Demons 1 and Demons 2, which I've heard from a subscriber that, and it's true, I said there's no slipcase version of it, even though it's like a slipcase release, even though it's in black slipcase, or the window box ones. But if you take the sort of J card off the back of it, which I haven't done, then that would be, you would see the box, and you can see that from the inside, which is something I never knew until a subscriber told me that. So thanks very much for that. So these are going down. You still got all the slip cases on here, and then they get to the only Arrow Steelbook I've got. I did used to have Tenebrae on Steelbook, but I sold that one because I was needing some money at the time to get my drum kit, and I haven't rebought that yet in standard version, but I will do that. Hope there's not too much glare on these ones here, and I'm going slow enough for you to have a bit look through. These are all going to be arrows in Amaray cases, and I've got them with sort of, you know, in not really, yes, in sort of genres. You've got like a lot of these ones are going to be all the Herschel Gordon Lewis ones. You've got some there from Mario Bava. You've got Giallos here. You've also got Vincent Price stuff here, which goes down to this one. This is the next shelf, and then you go across. You've got your sort of a few, what would say, the Theatre Brudden and Horror Hotel and Horror Express were sort of, they're not Hammer films, Amicus films, but they're really like Hammer films. I think Hound the Baskervilles is a Hammer film, so they're going like more 60s, 70s. That's how I've put these in no particular order, not like what they came out of in the scheme of things. I might have done that, but then they kind of get a little bit all over the place. I did used to try and keep them in colours, so if all the dark ones together, and then the different ones was blue and went into such and such, but it become a little bit silly. So I've stopped doing that. And these ones here are probably just the way that they're going to stay forever, really. Or thereabouts, until I decide to do something different with them. Will I do something different? I don't know if I will. Moving down to the next shelf, I can start off this box now, or this stool. There's some in here. I mean, there's some in here I haven't seen, haven't watched yet, but I'm really wanting to watch them. The Ghoul, I'm wanting to watch. Obviously, I've just got that recently. And I get across to J horror. Then you're going into more of the sort of 80s stuff there, a bit of 80s horror and 80s films, Time Bandits, that type of thing. Then you've got a few, like I say, that they're kind of more like Italian films, oops, that's the stool, Italian crime story things. Hopefully this video will come out quite well, because as well, I don't know how the scope will be on my, sometimes when I put these things on, when I shut them on my phone, they're massively, you only see a little bit of the screen, so I'm going to have to rejig that, and hopefully that'll work for you. So anyway, after the Arrow finishes on the Arrow, what do you call it? Arrow Academy ones, then you're going into some, what they call again, Grindhouse, yeah. Some really good versions there, Cannibal Holocaust, Cannibal Ferox. Don't show them to your granny. There's a few, there's only one Kino Lorber one there. That was gifted to me by my good friend, Holgoth73. As you'll find, a lot of these titles could be either told to me by Holgoth73 or gifted or bought off. Then you go through to 101 films. There's an 88 films there. That's just really sort of like the 88 films, the Jackie Chan film and things like that. I'd like to put together, because I'm going to get some more, but I haven't got them yet. So I don't even want to put them into a section where it's not. So this is going to be an OCD. Could possibly be an OCD nightmare. I'll tell you why. Because you've got all your red boxes there. Then they stopped being able to do these type of red boxes, so they've moved on to there. So rather than these were all over the place, so I put them all together, and then you've got a slipcase there, which is fair enough. I don't mind the fact the slipcases in here because they look exactly the same as the ones that have the red boxes. So we've got all the way across to here. Now, as you can see, I'm starting to keep my cellophane on these ones, even though they are opened. But if you look at it, you can see that's a clear case. I can't point them, I don't know where it is. My dexterity is going on this video. And then I've got two black ones. Now that's all right when you've got them in the slip cases, but when you get a one that, in this one especially, if you've got a black one, so you got a black one there, in the slip cases, it'll start to look what I consider a catastrophe. It looks all right, but I'm still not that keen on the fact that some of the red ones aren't the same. Like I say, very OCD, I can't help it. It's just one of them curses that you have. And these are the slip covers of 88 films. Now this one here, the Vault, I did start to collect them, but then I realised quite early on that I wouldn't be collecting all of the Vault titles. There was some in there that I had no interest in, so I thought, well, rather than get some that I do think I will continue with the slasher collection, although there's a few in there that I'm not really that keen on, although they're all right to a certain extent. There was a few in the Vaults collection which I thought, no, it's not for me. So there's another one there that hasn't got a slipcover on, but I haven't put it into these lot because it just wouldn't flow right. So that's over there. You'll see a few of this going through the shelves actually, and there's a few glaring inconsistencies, which I see as glaring inconsistencies, but a normal person would say, well, what are you bothered about? You know? So, right, I'm going to have a sit in the bed now. And I'm also going to move this stool. That's better. Okay, so Italian classics, and I'm going across them, and they are a great, and it did start off with really, really good titles. And the titles become a little bit absurd, a little bit strange, ones that I would never go for if they weren't in this set. But I've went for them, and to be honest, 9 times out of 10, I'm all right with them. I'm quite pleased with them. And then they started putting the slipcovers out on most of the titles. I'm just sitting on the laptop there, which isn't good. And I do like the slipcovers, but what I'm finding is though that these two here never had a slipcover, although some of these have. So rather than go back to these ones and getting a few slipcovers here now and then, and they're coming in at quite an expensive price as well, I've just decided to say, right, I've started from here, which is Amazonia, and I'm going to go along. And they do go down there. So all the ones I get now, I'm going to hopefully get in slipcases with either on purchase or for a sensible price, not a ridiculous price. Now, ideally, I would have liked to have this lot up here because I think they look a little bit more uniform there, or CD, hello. And I can't put them on there because this one here is just a little bit too big, and it means that it can only go on this shelf. Now the good thing is about this, because these are all, there's nothing missing here. This will never move from here, so I can keep that there. That's not a problem because all these things can navigate to different shelves. But so yes, so these have all got. If you take this off here, they will all look like that. I suppose I could do that to make them look ultra uniform, but I do like the slip covers on some of these are absolutely amazing. I don't know why they ever did that. It's a box set, the Killer Crocodile box set, but it's nice. It's a really hard box. So on that note, it's not bad. But like I say, it's me OCD. It's playing up. What can I do about it? You've got it. So yes, so that's going down to the end of the slasher. The Italian collection ends there. Got still some left in the cellophane, although I've opened them. Oh, there's a bit of noise. You'll probably hear some drilling going on in the background. And then I keep going with my 88 films. There's a few there with slipcovers on. They don't belong to any collection. There's only the Italian collection and the slasher collection that they have. Although there's an Asian range, which I do have some titles of, but I don't have them all, so they're not really ones I would collect. There's some that are really good and some that are just rubbish, if I'm honest, that just don't interest us at all. So these are going through like Full Moon. I've kept all my full moon ones together. Puppet Master. Got some great little titles in there. Trances, which I love. So does my wife actually. And then I get through now, when I've finished the 88s, Whenever I get an 88 title, they'll go there, and these will just move along, which isn't a problem because, got plenty of space. And then I get into my Hammer. So there's all my Hammer together. I haven't got them in any particular order, but I have got them with the Frankensteins all together, some vampire films all together, also the Dracula films together, and then I'll go to sort of some slipcovers ones. I wish they all were like that. I love my slipcovers on the Studio Canal version, which are really nice. There's a couple on there that aren't Hammer. They're a bit Hammer-esque, but they're just there till I get more. I can get 3 more Hammer titles or some more 88s, and they will go from there into the other pack. So moving down to the next shelf is DVDs. Now these DVDs here are ones I've had for a long time. I don't really usually get new DVDs unless I can't get them on any other format. And I do really enjoy going back to these films. There's some excellent ones in there. The Fearless Vampire Killers is the one that I was talking about with Leon in Leon Talks film. That it was my favourite movie on the year I was born, 1967. Now this one here, it's a DVD and it's not that easy to get, although I got it from CEX for about £6, and it's not one that's widely available. There is a Blu Ray out which is meant to look really nice, and this film does look amazing. So if I ever want to a Blu Ray, it is on my radar, I'll put it that way. So these are just sort of in no particular order. Well, they're in the horror order, should I say. Horror, usually they're in alphabetical order or thereabouts. There's a couple of Criterion ones there. They're really old, of the Andy Warhol, Dracula and Frankenstein, which are absolutely brilliant. If anyone hasn't seen them, you need to get them. If you want to see something that's so bad it's good, those two are just the zenith of that. And then I go into some. There's a few Hammer ones there that I haven't upgraded yet. And I've got some Nucleus films here. I thought Nucleus would kind of come into their own a little bit, but they didn't really get to anywhere. Moving along, I've got, without falling off the bed, I've got some Arrows DVDs, which some of them can be upgraded. I have got the upgrade of Island of Death, but the cover on it is so, how can I say, so explicit that I wanted to keep it just for the cover, because I thought this cover, especially for Island of Death, is so, not extreme, but it's something, if you saw it, you would know exactly what it is. I won't show it on camera. As well, the Kentucky Fried movie set, I would love to see that on Blu-ray. That's a phenomenal film. Saw that at the pictures. In fact, I've seen quite a few of these at the pictures when I think back to it. This is a range where Shameless, a lot of them, they're all right. I got them all cheap. I wouldn't say I paid more than £5 for any of them, apart from Contraband, which I did pay about £5 for that, but it never come down in price for a long time. That's a Lucio Fulci one. These ones are okay. I wouldn't say they're not, but they're not the best. Shameless aren't the best of when they present the stuff. They're not the best for presenting. Right, so I'm off the bed now. And this here is the DVDs of my Woody Allen collection. These are the ones that I haven't upgraded to Blu-ray yet, although I can see one there, Shadows and Fog. I've got that on Blu-ray, so that one there can come out, and I can move another DVD into this part. I can put Blu-rays in here again as well. If I ever get the point where I've got no spaces for Blu-rays and some of the DVDs are ones I wouldn't want to keep, I can move them on, so that's not an issue. I hope my video doesn't run out on this phone. So that's a lot of Woody Allen films. Some of them are really good, some of them are not that good. Out of these ones, the ones I can say are just amazing are Take the Money and Run, Play It Again Sam. They're very early ones, so funny. Another that's not too good. Alice is quite boring, if I'm honest. Shadows and Fog is good. Manhattan Murder Mystery from about 94. My wife loves that film. I think I went to the pictures to see that. Bullets Over Broadway is good again. Mighty Aphrodite is really funny. I don't know about these two. I haven't really checked these out. There's a few here I haven't really checked out. Sweet and Lowdown was okay. Small Time Crooks from 2001. It's so hard to get, and I tell you what's one of the funniest films I've ever seen. It's amazing. Curse of Jade Scorpion as well. My son loves that one. Hollywood Ending is quite good. You've got a lot of these that don't feature Woody Allen, even though he's written and directed the whole thing. Now this one here, Match Point, it was a big hit in the cinemas, but me and my wife watched half of it and couldn't stand it. I just don't know what it is. It's the only film I've looked at with Woody Allen at this point and thought, I cannot stand it. I haven't. That's got a good cast, but I can't remember that one. Although I don't think it was that good. Whatever Works is really good. Midnight in Paris, I haven't seen that one yet. And then you're going through to television. I think I've shown these on a video where I show my television stuff off. I do like having TV things that I can just chuck on and watch them. I do always have a TV show on go that I like watching. You know, and you can get a lot out of a TV show, especially some of these ones. You get them on DVD, they just look as good. You probably never see, right? I'm on the floor now. So you probably never see them on Blu Ray or anything. If I do get a Blu Ray, obviously I'll let the DVD go. Some of these are so, not hard to get, but they're just out of the loop. And the things I've got here, I can watch them time and time again. Never get sick of them. If I do get sick of them. Now, if you're going to say, what? Well, actually, Sabrina, me and my wife started watching this thing called Melissa and Joey. It was a TV show kind of produced and directed a bit by Melissa Joan Hart, who I really do think is I do like her stuff that she puts out, although it's very middle of the road. So I said to my wife when we're watching that show, I said, you know, that's Sabrina. I said, because my son used to watch that when he was a kid. I used to watch a lot of things. I says, I'm going to buy that. So I went to CX and got it for about 20 quid. The bloke, when he put the discs inside, because there's about 300 discs in it, he looked as if I'd asked him to build us a new house, because his face just dropped. And I went, well, what do you want to do? Give them here, I'll do them for you, but never mind. That's another story. So classic, love it. Got some really like weird, obscure ones. Snuffbox, which is really good. I think all of these ones that I've got. Now that one there, I bought that very cheap. Never watched it yet. Will I watch it? Probably. Titty Bang Bang. Hilarious. Now right on the floor, you've got covered in dust. Actually, look at that. Look at the muck in here, says Larry Grayson. Excuse the floorboards. We are in the process of maybe going to get them sorted, but obviously it'll be a dust magnet to the shelves now, so I don't want to go too much into that. But never mind. We will get some kind of floor covering on here. So yeah, Doctor Who. Big fan of Tom Baker Doctor Who. I will try and get this. These two are my sons. This is the first series with Christopher Eccleston in, and this is the first one with David Tennant in. They're all right. Don't get us wrong. I don't think I'll ever watch them again personally. I've got them there, and I thought, well, they're there. They're in a cupboard somewhere. I'll put them there. I don't think they'll ever stay there forever. These ones, though, I do love these ones. I do get a few of the other Doctors. What I really like the other Doctors is if they're shared with another Doctor, which is as if there's a few here. Where is it? The two Doctors. I do like that type of thing, but I like the ones where it's the last episode of, say, like William Hartnell. It's the first William Hartnell, then the last William Hartnell, then the first Patrick Troughton, then the last Patrick Troughton. I haven't got them all yet, but that's what I want to do. 3 Doctors as well. That's got there's a 5 Doctors as well, which doesn't really have the 5 Doctors in. Now, the last part of this this shelf is some stuff that my wife collects. She likes all these CSI Miamis and New Yorks and I don't know, North Shields, CSI Whitley Bay, and it gets to me. I don't watch these things at all. My wife loves them, so she buys all these series. Now these things could be here forever, or when I run out of space, I can then say to my wife, "Well, look, you need to put them in a cupboard somewhere, relegate her stuff to the cupboard, and then I can put more stuff in here." But I haven't got to that part yet. So yeah, so that's just this shelf. I will come back and do another shelf. Actually, it wasn't too hard to do that. I was starting to think that I wouldn't get them through them because of the fact of the size of the my arm would hurt, but it doesn't hurt that much actually, wow, my neck's hurting now. So yeah, so there you go. So that's one shelf done. I've got 2 more of them to do. So I'll catch you later, and I'll pass you back to my mate John.
So yes, so thank you very much for watching this video. If you like it, please like and subscribe, and also don't forget on my previous video, which I'll be linking down in all the videos that I make from now till when I actually answer the questions, I'm going to leave that link to that video so you can go there If you're new to the channel, or you just want to, something's coming to your head and you want to ask anything, just go to that video and try not ask them on any other videos, because I will answer the questions. Sorry, I will answer the comments on this video, but I'm trying to navigate away from anything to do with that questions video. And fingers crossed it'll work out and we'll all have a good time with it. Okay, so thanks very much for watching, and I will see you again on the next video. Cheers.